All right, so welcome back. In exercise 1, we checked that a solution to a system of equations that was given to us was valid. In exercise 2, we are actually going to find that solution by graphing the lines and finding where they intersect. So let's take a look at exercise 2. It says, consider the system of equations below. Remember, system of equations just means more than one equation on the same graph, okay? So here are the two equations, the two lines that they want put on the same graph, and they're looking for what the solution is, so where they intersect. So we have y equals 1 half x plus 2, and we have y equals x minus 1. And this is why, guys, I was so hung up on, it seemed like, on precision when we were learning how to graph lines, because you are going to have to be very precise with this. And the reason why is because these lines will cross at one point, and you have to make sure that you find that one point. And the only way you can do that is by being very neat and precise with your graphing. So let's start with this first one here. I'm going to put a little color tag on there to show that I'm graphing this one with this color here. Okay, it's 1 half x plus 2. So the plus 2 tells me I'm starting at positive 2 on the y-axis. Okay, so now I'm going 1 half. That means up 1, right 2. Okay, and the other thing that I was really a stickler for when we were talking about graphing lines was making sure that you had all points. Now you're going to see why. It's because if you don't have all the points to a line, then you might miss one of the points that ends up being the solution to the system. So we're trying to find where these lines intersect. If we don't have all the points for the entire line, how could we find where they intersect, right? So if you cut this off short, okay, remember, if we're trying to find the left side, we're going to go opposite, right? So instead of going up 1, right 2, I'm going to go down 1, left 2. There's a little review on graphing lines here. Again, my solution could be over here to the left. So for those of you who are still struggling with finding the points over on the left side of a graph, you need to go back to our previous lessons. Lesson 22 has a bunch of videos, crash course videos. Remember, that was our graphing review. Okay, so that might help. But either way, we are to the point where I'm expecting you to be able to graph a line without much help. Okay, so if you are not at that level, you need to go back on your own and help yourself, right? Look at previous videos. Okay, so this is y equals 1 half x plus 2. Okay, now what we're going to do is we are going to graph the other one. So the other one is y equals x minus 1. Remind yourself, okay, and I will remind you that if there's nothing in front of the x, that means it's a slope of 1. And to put 1 as a fraction, it's 1 over 1. So my slope here is up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. I'm starting at negative 1. That's down here. Okay, so I'll start down here, and I don't even need guidelines for this one because it's easy. Just up 1, right 1. Okay, up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. And remember, we're looking for the intersect. Where they intersect, boom, we found it. Now, should I just stop there? No, I need to finish this line. Okay, and the reason why is because, again, you always want to have all the points for a line. First of all, just for neatness purposes, for completion purposes. Okay, but also you want to make sure you didn't get it incorrect. You want to make sure that they don't pass at another point or do something else, or maybe you did your slope wrong, or maybe you miscounted one, and then it's all messed up. You got to start all over again. We don't want to do that. Okay, so we have found the solution here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my shapes. I'm going to go insert ellipse, and I'll make it like a third color. So I'll make it red. Okay, ellipse is just a circle. If you hold shift, it'll actually make a circle for you instead of like an oval. All right, but circling the solution is very, very important when we're talking about graphing systems of equations. So make sure you circle it. Okay, I forgot to label this one, so let me do that. So this is y equals x minus 1, right? And then I'm going to label my solution. So my solution was this point here. So we got to figure out what that point is. It looks like it's 6, 5. Don't forget your parentheses around points. 6, 5 is the solution. Okay, we have found the solution to the system of equations. We found where they intersect. That's great. Now we're going to check using algebra. So we're going to go back to what we did in exercise 1. We have this point. We have these two equations. We got to make sure that it works for both equations. So I'm going to rewrite the equations. Just makes it easier. Okay, so this was 1 half x plus 2. And then the other one was y equals equals x minus 1, right? Okay, so we're going to take our solution, which was, what was it again, 6, 5? Okay, I'm going to substitute them in for the x and the y. So remind yourselves that this first number is the x, the second number is the y. Okay, so I'm going to put a 6 in for x, I'm going to put a 5 in for y, and I'm going to simplify. So 5 is on the left side, that just stays. Okay, I'm going to put my parentheses pocket, and inside that pocket, after I put my 1/2, is going to go the 6. And then I've got plus 2. Again, I'm just following order of operations here. So 1/2 times 6 is 3. So I've got 5 equals 3 plus 2. Okay. And 3 plus 2 we do know is 5. So this does work out. I'm going to put a little check mark here to show that that works out for that one. Now we just got to make sure it works for the other one. So let's come over here. We're going to do our substitution again. So 5 equals, and this one's easy, 6 minus 1. Well, yeah, we know that 6 minus 1 is 5, right? So this one checks out. We only had to do one step, okay? So we have found that this is the solution. We've checked it to make sure it was correct. Okay, precision was the most important part with this. We graph both lines. We find where they intersect. We circle them. We label everything. We make sure we get rid of all of our guidelines. We're still putting arrows, all that good stuff, okay? So you guys are going to get a chance to try one of these on your own soon. Okay, so I will see you in the next video.